North Dakota hockey team's back in action after a much-deserved weekend off. UND will be hitting the ground running for this home stretch of NCHC play. They head to Denver to face off against the champions. The Denver Pioneers will host UND in their latest two-game conference series. Now, every weekend is a must-win at this point for North Dakota. They're 12, 11, and 4 and sit at 6th place in the conference. They need to get up to 4th place in the conference at least if they want to host an opening round matchup in the Frozen Face-Off. They're 9 points out of 4th place as we speak. The quest back to the top half of the NCHC begins against the conference's top team, the Pioneers. Head coach Brad Berry is continuing to emphasize their one game at a time approach.
We got a little bit of a step here to solidify home ice, but again, you can't get it unless you concentrate on the first game, and that's Friday night in Denver. And you know, I think just keeping everything short term here as far as remembering how we have to play, what's our identity, and just keeping our foot on the gas here of what gave us success.
These two teams met back in November, which is when the Pioneers handed UND their first weekend sweep of the season. North Dakota looks for revenge against the national champions on the road this Friday and Saturday. The Concordia Cobbers in action on the road for their next set of MIAC battles. The Cobber men extending their winning streak with a 61-57 win over the Gusties. Matt Johnson led Concordia in scoring, dropping 20 points tonight. They've now won 3 consecutive games, tying their longest win streak this season. The Cobber women saw their 10-game winning streak come to an unceremonious end in their loss to the Gusties, 82-56, the final for the women. The Cobbers now return home for the final 3 games of the regular season. Minnesota Timberwolves were a part of a significant trade tonight, just days before the trade deadline. This was a 3-team deal involving the T-Wolves, the Lakers, and the Utah Jazz. Minnesota sent D'Angelo Russell to Los Angeles and received Jazz point guard Mike Conley and draft picks in return, just to name a couple aspects of the trade. Russell Westbrook has been dealt from the Lakers to the Jazz. It's now being reported that he's seeking to buy out his contract in Utah, effectively becoming a free agent from there. Mike Conley now reunites with his former Utah Jazz teammate, the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves now have a facilitator for their offensive weapons, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. Oh, and for what it's worth, Minnesota defeated Utah 143-118 tonight. Not saying they won the trade, but it's a fun fact. And the landscape for our North Dakota high school basketball teams is about to change in a hurry. The NDHSAA Board of Directors voted to enact a 3-class system starting next season. This is a big change from our current Class A and Class B system, instituting a AA class and sorting teams into those 3 classes based on student enrollment. You can see the full details and each team's new class on our website and our Valley News Live Facebook page right now. Also, leave a comment. I want to hear what you have to think.
A lot of people have some thoughts on how things have been sorted out.
A lot of thoughts going on. It's been fun to see all day.
A lot of thoughts on our weather, mostly positive.